안녕하세요. 나줌마쌤입니다. 이번 영상은 크리스마스에 관한 질문에 원어민 친구들이 답하는 영상입니다. 미국 문화 자체가 샐러드볼처럼 다양성을 가지고 있기에 원어민 친구들의 대답은 참고로만 알아두시길 바래요.
Introduce myself. Hi, my name is Regina George. I am an administrator at a university.
저는 라집입니다. My name is Rajiv.
Oh, Christmas, our favorite time of the year. Decorating for Christmas was sort of co-opted by business. It's been commercialized a lot. So everyone, whether they believe in the birth of Christ or not, likes to decorate. It's a happy time of year. So you do not have to be Christian to celebrate with decorations and presents, even though the origin of the Christmas holiday is the birth of Christ.
Everyone decorates on
If
Christmas.
you want to, yes. It's not exclusive.
All
It's
right.
open to all.
All right. Good. Okay.
Yeah, people like to put lights on their house or get a tree and put lights on the tree. And it starts usually the day after Thanksgiving. So the stores start filling up with displays about Christmas and you can buy your Christmas tree and lights and decorations. And so, yeah, it becomes a very big kind of commercial event very quickly.
Got it. Then does everyone do that?
Pretty much everyone. Everyone likes to kind of be infected by this Christmas spirit and kind of people feel good about it and they want to show their happiness about Christmas. Especially if there's a family, then, parents want to have a tree so that the kids feel excited about Santa Claus visiting and presents appearing under the tree.
Sometimes, but not always. Perhaps 50, 60 years ago, artificial trees were invented, again, by business.
I see.
And it's a way to make money.
Oh, yeah.
American business figures out how to make money. You make money selling decorations, and you make money with artificial trees, which have a convenience value for some people. I remember my grandparents had a silver tree. One of the first artificial trees were not green. They were silver or gold or red. They didn't look like a tree. Now you can get an artificial tree that looks like a real tree, but it doesn't smell like a real tree. I know people who have a service that comes in and puts up the decorations for them. And still there are people who like to go to a tree farm and chop down their own tree and bring it home. And it does smell wonderful. But you have to clean it up. You have to water it to keep it fresh. If you don't, all the needles fall off. You have to be cautious. It is a fire hazard.
Yeah.
When it dries up, it can go into flames very fast.
Oh, right.
So you have to be careful. But many people love the tradition of a fresh tree.
Got it. Okay.
I think it depends. People like the smell of a real tree, and the idea of having a real tree was very common. But I think now with people trying to be more environmentally conscious, there's probably less of that and more people using a plastic or a fake tree. It's also much cheaper. You can buy a fake tree, put it away, and bring it out every year. And many fake trees have the lights kind of built in, and so you just plug it in. But people like the smell of a real live or freshly cut tree. And so you'll still find people buying a tree for that purpose.
Got it.
Because they are marketed to, because we have business selling us decorations.
I see.
And it's like a lot of things that can become a habit. So you put up one light and it looks so pretty, and then you want to put up another light, and that looks even prettier, and then you put up another light, and pretty soon you have a big electric bill. That's what you have, a very big electric bill. And you have people in your neighborhood waiting to see your decorations. You may be competing with people in your neighborhood to see who has the best decoration. So that might be the obsession part of it. I would say that we all love the decorations. They're happy things. People will still make decorations. They'll string popcorn and cranberries to put on the tree or on the bushes outside for the birds. they'll make cookies and decorate them and then give them away. I think we have traditions that we like, and I don't know that that's an obsession. That's something that gives us comfort and joy. But surely there are people who obsess, because there are always people who obsess.
Right. Okay, good.
I think it's partially that they want to feel good about the holidays, and they like doing these activities like putting lights on the tree or putting lights around their house. I think part of it is also sometimes a game of showmanship. My lights are better than my neighbors, and so sometimes you'll see a whole neighborhood that's decorated and there's somewhat of a competition. Hey, they have a snowman out front of their house. They have a display of Santa and his sleigh and his reindeer, and it's all made of lights, on their front yard. And sometimes it becomes a kind of a neighborhood event where different houses are competing for the best display.
Really?
Yeah.
Compete?
Yes, I think a little bit. They like to drive through that neighborhood to see the different displays.
Thank you.
Signature food. I think there's a lot of carbohydrates. Very comforting winter food. Yeah. Potatoes, sweet potatoes, gravy, corn, squash, macaroni and cheese. And then there's often something big. The Christmas ham, which is sort of an English practice, the Christmas ham. Or there might be a turkey or a goose. Or if you're vegetarian, you might have a great big squash that you put stuffing in. The stuffing is another carbohydrate. And there are also lots of pies and cookies. Pies and cookies, I would say, are another holiday food. Christmas cookies, I would say those are often associated with it. And because it's such a family time, very much a family time. People like their favorite foods and bring their favorite foods.
Got it. Thank you.
I think ham is very common. You cook a ham and then you carve it or slice it. I think some people do turkey. If you don't like the taste of ham, then you might do a turkey. I think there's so many cultures now living in the U.S. that I think it just becomes more of an opportunity for a family to gather and have a meal. And so it might be more from whatever culture that family's from and cooking a meal that's from their heritage.
I see. How about Christmas cookies?
So there's cookies, usually like a sugar cookie, nothing kind of very fancy. And I think part of that is there's some tradition of, Santa is going to visit. And when Santa visits, he's obviously very hungry because he's doing so much work visiting so many houses. Yeah. So children are encouraged to leave some cookies and milk out for Santa, and maybe Santa shares those with the reindeer. And so usually like sugar cookies are very easy to cook and make, in the evening before Christmas.
Actually, then who ate them?
Look, Santa ate them.
All right, okay.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, right.
오늘도 시청해주셔서 감사합니다. 영상이 조금이나마 도움이 되었다면 좋아요와 구독 부탁드릴게요. 항상 건강하시고 행복하세요. Happy Holidays. Bye.